I've never believed in paranormal stuff. I'm the kind of person who needs proof, logic, explanations. I don't scare easily, and I definitely don't believe in stories people tell online. But something happened last fall that I still can't explain. And ever since that night, I haven't gone back to the forest. It started as a normal camping trip. There were 4 of us, me, my brother Jake, and our 2 friends, Mark and Evan. We'd been camping in the same forest for years. It was familiar, quiet, predictable. We knew the trails, we knew where the ground dipped, where the trees opened up, where the creek ran after rain. That weekend was supposed to be the same, but from the moment we arrived, something felt off. The parking area was empty, no other cars, no distant voices, just us and the trees. As we packed our gear, Jake joked about how quiet it was. Too quiet. We laughed it off, but once we started walking, the silence followed us. There were no birds, no insects, no wind moving through the leaves, just the sound of our boots against the dirt. After about an hour, Mark slowed down. He kept looking over his shoulder. "You guys feel like we're being watched?" he asked. Evan laughed and told him to relax, but I felt it too. Not fear, exactly. More like pressure, like the forest was aware of us. That's when Jake stopped walking. He didn't say anything at first. He just stood there, staring straight ahead. "There wasn't a path here before," he said quietly. We all looked. Between the trees was a narrow dirt trail, freshly cleared. The ground was darker than the rest of the forest floor, soft, like it had been disturbed recently. The strange part, there were no footprints, no animal tracks, no boot marks, nothing. We had been camping here for years. There had never been a path there. Mark shrugged. Maybe we just never noticed it. That explanation should have been enough, but something about the trail made my stomach tighten. It didn't look natural, it was too clean, too intentional. Against my better judgment, we followed it. The trail twisted unnaturally, not winding like normal forest paths, but bending sharply, almost guiding us. Every few steps, I felt the urge to turn around. After about 5 minutes, the trees suddenly opened up, and that's when we saw it. A door, just a door, standing upright in the middle of the forest. No walls, no structure, no explanation. It was old, wooden, and slightly open. The paint was chipped, the handle was rusted, and yet it looked solid, real. No one spoke. I felt nauseous. Like my body understood something my mind refused to accept. Evan finally broke the silence. "This is some messed up Blair Witch crap. I'm not going near that." Jake stepped forward. "Guys, there's light coming from inside." He was right. A faint, warm glow leaked from the crack in the door. Not bright, not flashing, just steady. I told him to stop. He didn't listen. As Jake reached for the handle, the forest changed. The silence vanished, all at once. We heard whispering, not voices, more like breathing, layered with words we couldn't understand. Mark grabbed Jake's arm and pulled him back. That's when the door moved. It slowly opened wider, without anyone touching it. Inside wasn't a room. It was the forest, the same trees, the same dirt, but darker and empty. Except for one thing, we saw ourselves, 4 figures, standing just a few feet inside, facing away from us. They were wearing the same clothes we were wearing. I felt my chest tighten. Jake whispered, "That's not funny. Who's doing that?" One of the figures turned its head and looked directly at me. Its face wasn't right. It was like someone tried to recreate a human face from memory and failed. The eyes were too still. The smile didn't move. The door slammed shut. Everything went silent again. We ran. We didn't stop until we reached the car. No one spoke during the drive home. That night, I barely slept. At exactly 3:12 a.m., my phone buzzed. It was a text from Jake. "I think something followed us." Before I could respond, Another message came through. I hear footsteps outside my door. Then one more. It sounds like me. I called him immediately. No answer. I drove to his apartment. The door was unlocked. Jake was sitting on his bed, staring at the wall. He looked exhausted, but relieved to see me. I didn't let it in, he said. I didn't answer when it knocked. I asked him what knocked. He looked at me and said, "My voice." Jake stayed with me that night. The next morning, he seemed fine. Too fine. He smiled more, talked less. Over the next few weeks, Mark and Evan stopped responding to messages. Their social media went silent. I went to Mark's place. The landlord said he moved out overnight. No forwarding address, no explanation. Same with Evan. Jake told me to stop digging. "You're obsessing," he said. "It's over." But sometimes I catch him standing in front of mirrors, just staring. And last night, I heard knocking on my bedroom door, slow, careful. I didn't answer, because whoever was outside was breathing, exactly like me.